It's time for the Coach's Show. Joining us from his office, Saskatchewan Roughrider, 40-year-old from Houston, Texas. There he is. You see him hard at work, typing away. Coach Edwin Harrison. How's it going? How's it going today? Hey, we're smiling. We're 6-1, right?
Yeah. Y'all actually, the crazy thing is I really am. Listen, 6-1, but we have a tremendous challenge in front of us with the Montreal Alouettes. And I can't say, I don't know what more to say about them. They are extremely well coached. They are big, they're physical, they're fast. So we are hard at work, to say the least.
Zare going in for us on Friday, young guy getting the call to start. Langenberg, a lot of, I'm sure, people were trucking in from his hometown. How do you assess his game, Coach?
I think Noel did a lot of good things in the game for us. Noel has been in the system now for 2 years. He's been in that line room. He's worked extremely hard this offseason, as well as a lot of those men in that room. I thought, he played well enough for us to win the football game. But just like, whether it's Noah Zur, whether it's Jamarcus Hardrick, all those guys have a lot of things that they need to improve on if we want to do and go the places that we say and where we want to go. So just a positive stepping stone, though, in the right direction.
On the Zach Fry piece, getting a call or text, whatever it was, that one of your players had been in a car accident, that's got to be emotional.
Yeah, what's crazy about that is, as a parent of a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, my mind immediately went to his parents, and getting a call that my child's car had flipped over is, I really can't explain that enough. I don't really. I'm honestly at a loss for words. Not only Zach, but the other guys that were in the car with him. I just, your heart just kind of stops. And like I said, having 2 sons of my own, you just thank God that everybody got out of there, in reasonably good health. So, I don't know what to say. God is good, man. It really is. So,
switching over to we talked about Zare. Let's go to the other Saskatchewan boy, Logan Furlin of the Regina Thunder, near and dear to me. How beneficial is it to have a guy that's that versatile that you can just slot anywhere, even though he's kind of stuck at center this season?
Going last year and continuing into this year, I can't say enough about Logan. Logan probably is at this facility as long as I am. I really don't. I don't think. I don't think people truly understand the amount of time that man has invested into this organization, into his craft as a professional. And I really think that he has done an outstanding job taking whatever the situation has called for, whatever this team has asked him to do, he has done it, and he has excelled at doing it. And I just couldn't be any prouder of him. The funny thing is that two home games ago, I was fortunate enough to meet his mother and his aunt at the Roughriders store. As I was literally pulling in for the game, I saw 2 Furlin jerseys walk into the Roughriders store, and I just had to have known. I had to know that was his family. Tremendous family. His mother, his father, his brothers are extremely proud of him, and I obviously I'm just another one in the long line of people that are very pleased with him on and off the football field.
we see an unfortunate injury with Kadeem Carey. Mario Anderson comes in, short week. Hey, you're playing. A lot of that, there is a lot of the blocking game that goes into it to a new running back coming in. How has Mario adapted? How are you working with him?
He's really done coming in and been a real professional. But I think more of that has to go to our running backs coach, Andrew Harris, who has really done a tremendous job stepping into the role left by Anthony Fatale this past off season. But I can't think of anybody better to coach you than. I might have a biased opinion, but probably, arguably, one of the greatest running backs in this league. Canadian or American. I think he is. Having been able to coach him in Toronto, he is. There's ain't nobody better in that room. Nobody.
Do you think he could have played a couple plays if you guys would have really needed him?
Man, you know what? There is nothing Andrew Harris can't do. Let me just say that. I've seen far too much him coming back from a torn pec in Toronto and helping us win a Grey Cup back in 22. He and AJ, it's crazy for them both to being back in that room together. There's nothing Andrew Harris can't do.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to Montreal this week, Yuri said they're a well-coached team with Noel Thorpe, obviously. What about the possibility of Shawn Lemon coming back for some short packages, some small things? What do you expect them to? What wrinkles do you think that's going to bring?
Whenever Shawn Lemon is on the football field, you need to be constantly aware and alert of where he is. Shawn Lemon is a good friend of mine. As soon as the commissioner lifted up his suspension, I immediately sent him one of the emoji gift pictures talking about Lemonator. He back, and I couldn't be thrilled for him. He's a good man, and we all everybody at some point or another, unless you are Jesus Christ himself, has all made mistakes, and I couldn't be happier for him that he's back in the league. I'm thrilled to see him. Like I said, he's a good man. He's a good friend of mine. So I'm excited. I really am, just to see him back out there.
Montreal, there's always, and I know they said they got rid of the horns, but those stupid horns there's always crowd noise, which plays in for your bunch, right? We can't be jumping offside a bunch.
Right. And I think the men in my room have done a really excellent job. I want to say it's about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mark, Corey, we challenged the men, not only in that room, but on this team, to be a more disciplined football team, to be a more disciplined unit, because quite frankly, in the beginning of the season, the penalties had gotten out of hand. To put it mildly, the penalties were getting ridiculous. And we constantly say in this room, and they echo it now, is that discipline truly is what wins championships. That is why Winnipeg has been and done what they've done over the last 5-6 years. That is why the time that I had in Calgary, that is why we did over those close to a decade. Discipline wins championships. There's no other way to say it. You have to be a disciplined football team.
Also, staying healthy helps you win championships, but not for you for some reason. You keep on being able to find guys and roll guys through. I think we set a record last year for many linemen. How do you keep on getting these guys ready for game day?
I would love to take credit for that, but those men have worked tremendously hard. I said even, before camp started, they had their own offensive line mini camp, I guess you would call it, or OTAs, or O-line school that they did. They came up probably a week and a half to 2 weeks before training camp had even started, and got together doing on-field work, getting in the classroom, watching film. So those men are committed to doing whatever it takes, and I mean whatever it takes to win. So,
you need to take some credit for that.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought you should be up for Coach of the Year in the province for whatever for what you did last year. I know you want to, and the guys do a lot of work, but what you did last year was amazing, Coach, and you're doing a heck of a job again this year.
I appreciate it. That means a lot. When we took this job, when Corey called me, the great thing I love about this place is that expectations couldn't be any higher.
Yeah.
And I remember Kirby Smart said this about 2 years ago when he was speaking at the SEC Media Day. He said that pressure is a privilege.
Yeah.
It is a privilege. It really is. It is a privilege for people to have high expectations of you and the work that you produce. Yeah. It was a time, and I've been some places where didn't nobody expect nothing out of us. And it is a blessing to be a place where people expect everything. Exactly. And to be able to find a way to deliver that's what, winning here is just different. Winning here is different.
Do you ever look up at the stadium and go, they've only won it 4 times?
Yeah, well,
I asked Andrew Harris this the other day because he was on and he's got, how many does he have on his own? And then he's like, and I was like, and he's like, yeah, no, I had no idea they only won it 4 times.
A lot. And it's
6, maybe?
Yeah. And, I've been very blessed to be, to win one in Calgary as a player, to win one in Toronto as a coach. But maybe that's what it is that, and I really believe this, fellas, that winning here is different. Yeah. And please make no mistake, I love Calgary. I love my time there, the time that I spent, the friends that I have, my lifelong friends, the coaches that I was fortunate to play for. But winning here is different. Yeah. It's different. It just, and I don't know any other way to say it. It's just different here. So, and it's awesome. But I will say this, when I walk into that stadium every day and I look up and I realize this is where I get to work every day.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
What do you got? You going to go?
I just wanted him to compare Calgary's offices to the ones that are at Mosaic.
It's an Atco trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
You can plead the fifth on that one if you want. You can plead the fifth on that one.
You don't need to actually answer that one.
I know.
I just wanted the reaction. That's all I need.
I got a football question for you that's kind of going around. There's a guy, played down south, cup of coffee in Kansas City. Then you know the Canadian game so well. That yard that's got to be given, right? On the line.
Right.
Who's got the bigger advantage there?
I would say it's a couple of things. I would think that run game wise, it's tougher, the yard off the ball, because the defense has the ability to move and adjust. But the crazy thing is, fellas, it's an adjustment. One of the biggest things that the American guys have when they come up here is the contact doesn't happen right then. Yeah. So they have to, it's hard for younger American players because they're moving so fast because they're expecting that guy to be right there up on them, right there when the ball is snapped, but they're not. So they have to train themselves, and the punch timing. Once you get used to it, I think the pass protection helps the yard off the ball. But the run game was extremely tough for me when I came into the league in 2010. It was tough because I was used to really going off the ball right now, contact right then, and it wasn't happening. And they were moving, and I was in a bad position, and it was just it's an adjustment. It really is. It really is. So,
Okay, one more just football one for you, and I got to get your take. What did you think? I'm sure if you didn't watch the game last night, you would have seen it on social media today. What do you think of that interception by Robert Carter Jr. last night from BC?
oh, that was one of the most incredible catches I've ever seen. Like people everybody talks about the Odell Beckham catch when he was with the Giants down in the end zone. But that catch, I've never seen anything like that in a DB. That's insane. Like that's incredible.
Yeah,
They put you at DB because you can't catch, not because you can make one hand stabs like that.
yeah. It's
Apparently, I think the same kid, he's done that before though.
in
He did
college last year.
Yeah.
They had a clip in college, right?
Yep.
Yeah, here it is right here. If you're watching the stream,
Yeah. That's,
we couldn't even make those in video game, Coach.
that's
back in the day.
what I'm saying. Like I don't know if anybody, people. I hope your fans are listening. People tuning in. That is incredible what you're watching. You may never see another one of those catches in a lifetime. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Like it's incredible. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
You're a Colorado guy. We had you on last year. We talked about that. Unfortunate news. Sounds like Deion Sanders, because of health issues, is going to step down in Colorado. Any thoughts on that?
With health, that's all you really have is time. Time is the most valuable commodity we have. You can always make money. You can always buy stuff. You can always travel, but you can never make time. Like you can't create more time. So health is the number one thing. If he has I don't know how many children he has. I know he's got grandchildren. Man, you got to do whatever it is that you got to do to watch your children grow up, to hold your grandkids. You can't get time back.
Yeah.
That's all I just say it like that. You cannot get time back.
Well said. All right, Coach. Thanks for making some time today on a busy Monday as you guys get set for Montreal.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you 1-0 this week, right?
Yes, sir. 1-0.
All right.
1-0.
Have a good week.
Y'all take care, fellas. Thank you very much.
Right on. Thank you.